On this stage behind me, you're looking at the future of Kia's more affordable electric car range, consisting of concept versions of the Kia EV3, the EV4, which is like a crossover sedan, but the main one we'll be focusing on for this video is the EV5. It'll be the first of the trio to arrive in Australia, and it's also competing in that mid-size SUV segment, so it's possibly the most interesting model for us to take a look at today. So let's get into what we know so far.
Unlike the larger EV6 and EV9, which are primarily rear-wheel drive, the EV5 is primarily front-wheel drive, even though it shares the same eGMP underpinnings. While specs are yet to be confirmed for the Australian market, in overseas configuration, the EV5 features either a 160 kilowatt front electric motor or a dual motor all-wheel drive setup expected to make around 230 kilowatts. We don't have price yet, although Kia has said the price range for the three vehicles displayed at the EV Day will sit between $35,000 and $50,000 USD, which equates to somewhere between $50,000 and $80,000 Australian dollars. This gives the EV5 some breathing room to come in below the base EV6 Air, which starts in the early $70,000 region. While this might not be a price leader to compete with something like the BYD Atto 3 then, it's possible the EV5 could still be priced well in a segment in which it will compete with cars like the Tesla Model Y, Toyota BZ4X, Subaru Solterra, and the Volkswagen ID4. Interestingly, EV5s headed for Australia will be sourced from a Chinese production line, a first for Kia's Australian lineup. And this means it will feature two battery options, either a 64 kWh battery or an 88 kWh battery. These grant two-wheel drive versions either a 530 km range or 720 km range, according to the more lenient Chinese testing standard, while the all-wheel drive version is targeting a 650 km driving range. While this range number will be significantly lower once the more accurate WLTP figures have been settled on, it still looks like it will be one of the longest range EVs in its class. Charging is said to be in excess of 120 kilowatts on a fast DC charger. The quoted charge time from 30 to 90% is 27 minutes, so you can expect under an hour from 10%. Design-wise, the EV5 follows the same opposites unite guiding principle as its larger EV9 sibling, with strong LED character lines defining its face, tough wheel arches, and an otherwise very science fiction look for its exterior. Inside has both familiar and unusual features, including the similar dual-screen setup for the instrument and multimedia panel as ones which currently appear in the Sportage, but with the brand's new multifunction steering wheel, a great wide open cabin, and it makes the most of those electric underpinnings.
Now, on the inside of the Kia EV5, you can see an evolution of the design language which launched on the Kia EV9. It's a really clean, open space. It's got this kind of bar seat sort of fitting, which I think is going to only be for the Chinese market model, but it's interesting to see this sort of rethink of a center console area. There's lots of storage in here and a nice sort of simple design for this interface too, with just simple toggles for the climate controls, which is nice to see. There's also a new software stack and there'll be a new app as well. So we're really excited to see what that's like when those features finally arrive in the Australian market. But for now, this is quite a nice, comfortable space. It feels really normal, like a normal mid-size SUV.
We're yet to get figures for luggage capacity, but the EV5 also features a completely flat folding rear seat, a frunk, a temperature controlled chamber which can go as cold as 5 degrees for keeping beverages cool or 55 degrees for keeping your lunch warm. You can even expect the same vehicle to load functionality as the EV6 offers, allowing you to externally power household devices, and in some markets it will also gain access to vehicle-to-grid systems, allowing you to power your home or sell energy back to the network from your car. In an exciting development, Kia also says there'll be a performance-oriented variant of the EV5 to be revealed at a later date. On the safety front, the EV5 is equipped with the latest in Kia's autonomous braking, adaptive cruise and lane keep systems, and it's equipped with 7 airbags.
When it comes to arrival timing, we don't know exactly when we'll see the EV5 in production spec in Australia, but we have been told to expect it during the course of 2024. We'll also see a production version of the EV3 in 2024 as well, but probably not an Australian launch, and the EV4 will be in 2025. So there you have it, everything we know so far about the Kia EV5 midsize electric SUV. In a lot of ways it is just a traditional midsize SUV, but it's been electrified. That having been said, there's some really interesting things going on the inside of this car when it comes to its design, the way it looks, and probably the way it drives too, although we don't know that yet. The key factor will of course be price, but if Kia can get that right, I think we'll have a real hit on our hands.